that's happening now. New laws being passed, putting legislation to get people's brain waves to be changed. And I tell you this, it's something to see in this day. Actually, we really don't know the beast. This whole thing about the mark of the beast is real, guys. What we're seeing here is pretty serious, right? That right now we're looking at them changing even your brain waves using what we call wearables. And so I'm gonna let you hear this report, and hopefully you guys get it, get in on it and all of that good stuff. We'll hear what they have to say. Well, it's really not good stuff, but let's listen to it.
To make sure they can protect your brain wave. The state of Colorado has to pass legislation to make sure they can protect your brain wave rights. Your brain wave privacy is at risk. The U.S. just took its first big step towards protecting it. Colorado passed legislation to prevent companies from selling your brain waves. Companies like Meta and Snapchat exploring neurotechnology and Apple patenting a future version of AirPods that will scan your brain activity through your ears.
These AirPods can now measure your brain signals. Apple secretly developed this new patent that uses electrodes to read brain activity. They could soon learn how you listen to music and even help you focus.
So let me
let me say something about this. Apple secretly did this. They didn't tell you what's going on. And there's a lot of stuff that's going on around us that's in secret, and so as we look at this, unbelievable. Nine Ether, how you doing? Jesse, how you doing? Super Dave, God bless you. Thank you for stopping by, brothers and sisters. Look, we are under attack right now, and again, RFK was talking about we're going to have wearables. Everybody's been wearing a wearable, and then of course I showed you the other day how that wearable will be attached to this Internet of Things 666 which will actually monitor your movement and your activities. And so they are going to be monitoring people, even their eye movements and that kind of thing. Let me get back to this. Now, I got a little bit more to show you. So let me get back to this. I don't want to get too much into the talking.
Pull up the patent for you guys so you guys can see it. This is the patent. As you can see right here, the assignee is Apple. Biosignal sensing device used for dynamic selection of electrodes. But on section 14, the wearable electronic device of claim 10, wherein the biosignal is an electric activity of a brain of a user. And so what is this claim 10? So you go to claim 10 here, it says figure 2 depicts an example of wearable electronic devices such as an earbud and describes here in the accordance of its embodiment. So let's go to figure 2. These little electrodes here, those are brainwave signal electrodes. So they will be reading your brain waves. The state of Colorado has to pass legislation to make sure they can protect your brain wave.
Now, again, the state of California passed state of Florida passed legislation that there'll be no more spraying in the sky, but they're spraying the sky anyway, right? Now, Colorado is putting in practice that there be no more brainwave, I guess, what do we call hacking humans? This is what Klaus Schwab and what the little man said. They were going to hack human brains because people are hackable now, right? And that's one of the things that Yuval Harari said, right? And so let's go on. I got to prove it to you guys. So I put it in to the search to find out whether or not this is true because, I want to know. Okay, so there it is right here. New brain wearables focus on a discrete continuous monitoring of your eye tracking glasses for cognitive fatigue, advanced sensing, micro implants, and deep brain stimulation. These are some of the things that they're working on. I believe that they're really working on, to see whether or not the slave class is doing what they've been assigned to do to be able to get their um, monthly stipend, right? They're going to be getting their universal basic income, but it's not going to come without strings attached. You guys are going to have to get out there and work for your food to be like a Hunger Games situation where they'll be tracking your eye movements and tracking your movements as you move around through this world. They already have people working at home and they are actually tied to their computer. I remember, my sister, she works from home and she tells me they know when she receives a phone call, they know how long she's talked on the phone, they know when she went to the restroom, they know when she got back from the restroom. They monitor her in her own house. So she's a prisoner from 9 to 5 in her own house, and she calls that wonderful, right? Because she's got to sit there in the chair and they monitor her more than she would be monitored in the office. So, I don't know what people get out of just being slaves, but there are some people who just enjoy being slaves. Okay, so I got more to tell you. I'm not going to do it on my soapbox. Let's go and see what RFK has been promising. Remember, RFK said that part of the Maha agenda was to have a wearable on by 2030. Everybody's going to be wearing these wearables. And these wearables, again, will be tied to the mark of the beast, the end time kind of deception. You have to wear this wearable. Everybody's got to have a cell phone so that they can have these apps from Apple. And the Apple apps will go along with the wearable that you're wearing. And you're going to be walking around with all of this technology tied to your body. And it's just a matter of time before they actually make you into a robot and just take away everything, all of your protections, everything that you have, your brain waves, and everything will belong to the government. And so this is not the way God meant for us to live. But of course, we've got to wake up and realize this is what's happening, guys. This is what is happening here.
A new law in Colorado aims to protect the privacy of your brain waves. The governor signed the bill yesterday that would expand the state's privacy law to include biological and neural data generated by the brain, the spinal cord, and the body's network of nerves. It's a move to protect consumers from neurotechnologies gathered by devices, including headbands that monitor a user's brain activity. Such devices are marketed to consumers for a variety of uses, such as treating anxiety or as a meditation coach. The companies behind such technologies have access to the records of users' brain activity, and unlike medical devices in clinical settings, data gathered by consumer-level brain technologies aren't protected by federal health laws. The Colorado law grants neural data the same protection as fingerprints, facial images, and other biometric data. I know what you're thinking, Mike.
Yeah, I know what I'm thinking. The brain data that they have there, this is all part of the genesis of the new dystopian, new brave world that they're creating. And you guys are going to be part of it. The Lord Jesus has to come back. If he doesn't come back, we are going to be in deep, deep trouble, because everyone, small and great, will have to receive a mark either in their hand or their forehead. We're coming upon that pretty soon. They won't need to use the wearables. You'll be the wearable. They'll just plug you into the society just like a light bulb. The moment you're born, you're getting all of this and all of this stuff inside you. I can't say what they are, but the moment you're born, a lot of people will already be amped up and juiced up with their technology, and then they'll just hook you into the Internet of Things, and you'll be just like in the Matrix, a light bulb that they can use to derive well, their pleasure and all of their power from, right? So this is it. This is what's going on. You guys let me know what you think. Hey, subscribe if you're new and you're just looking at this here. I have at least two channels that's running back to back on this. I have a Rumble channel as well, so you can go to VincentRoseLive.com and then find out what my other channels are. You can find my link in the description and share the video. That's the greatest thing you can do, is share the video. Either way, I'll be talking to you guys a little bit later. God bless.